Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WWE News and Rumors. I'm your host, Mr. Brandon Hodge. This video is brought to you by SeatGeek. So if you guys are looking for tickets for literally any event in the entire world, does not have to be wrestling related, use my code, just code Hodge, just my last name, and save yourselves $20 freaking off your tickets. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to kick off this episode with the first news story. The first news story, if you guys do not know, this is kind of about WWE, also kind of about AEW. So last night during AEW Dynamite, someone debuted no one was expecting. None other than the former WWE star, Aleister Black. Aleister Black is now All Elite Wrestling, so that crushes all the rumors that he might be returning to WWE. He signed a contract with AEW, I would assume, if he's on the program. So yeah, I was not seeing that coming. Very shocking. I have a very juicy rumor we'll talk about here in a minute. But yeah, that is the news story here. Aleister Black, if you guys don't know, debuted on AEW Dynamite last night. Obviously, he can't use the name Aleister Black because WWE owned that. His real name's Tommy Inn, but apparently he will not be going using that name in AEW. The name that he's actually using is very creative and actually not that drastic, shocking of a change from the WWE name. So instead of Aleister Black, he will now go by Malachi Black, which I gotta say is somehow an after WWE name. Usually aren't as cool as the WWE ones, but this one is much more badass, I do have to say. So that was actually the only confirmed news story I had to talk to you guys about today. But don't you dare go anywhere, guys. Go ahead and get your juice boxes out, get your juice boxes ready, because it is now time to talk about some juicy rumors. Alright, the first rumors. This one is a juicy one I was talking about Aleister Black or Malachi Black or Tommy Inn, whatever you want to call the guy. What do we call this guy? So the commentators were last night, what's this guy's name? What do we call him? It's Tommy Inn? No, it's Malachi Black. It's like, look, you make up your mind. Malachi Black is a very, very cool name. But anyway, the question I had about seeing him just randomly pop up on an episode of Dynamite is I'm like, how in the hell is this guy here? How is this even possible? The guy literally just got released, just got fired from the WWE last month. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, you're a little confused. It's normally when WWE, when they release a wrestler, they actually put a 90-day non-compete on the contract, like when they sign. If the contract's released, there's 90 days before they can actually wrestle for another company. So they cannot go to another wrestling company, no matter where it is or what they're doing, they cannot wrestle for another company for 90 days. But, there is a but. Apparently, Aleister Black still had some stuff from NXT that wasn't updated in his contract, and NXT doesn't actually have a 90-day non-compete. They have a 30-day non-compete. So somehow, it was some kind of mistake in the corporate office in the legal department of WWE, and Aleister Black did not have a 90-day non-compete on his contract. He only had the 30-day because he was in NXT before, and they didn't update that part of the contract, I guess. So yeah, that's how Aleister Black or Malachi Black was able to actually go to AEW only 1 month after leaving WWE. It's because WWE's corporate office, their legal department, really made a big oopsie, and there is nothing they can do about it. It's already too late. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the next rumor will be about Stephanie McMahon. So Stephanie McMahon is apparently having to meet with a network, one of the networks. So it isn't really described which network this is, and really there's only two here in the United States that she would be dealing with. So it would be USA Network, which is where Monday Night Raw is aired here in the United States, or it would be Fox, which is where SmackDown is aired here in the United States. So basically, what is this meeting about? Well, apparently Stephanie McMahon is actually having to show up to meet with executives of this given network, whichever one it is, and basically explain why WWE is dying. Literally, that's what it is. So she has to explain why every week the ratings are getting lower and lower and lower, and why there's even less fans than there ever has been, like in the past 20 years of wrestling. It's like, what in the hell is happening? Obviously, the pandemic's a lot to blame with that. They're bringing back a crowd, so I'm sure she's going to rely on that a lot when she's explaining what has happened. And she's going to say, like, the viewers are going to bounce back when the crowd's back and everything's going to be back to normal or whatever. I don't really know, but apparently her and the network both are going to have to come up with some creative ideas to boost viewership. And ideas that always come from the television networks are really not the best because they don't deal in professional wrestling. They don't know the wrestling business. It's always a little iffy, but who knows? You might get a good idea out of the deal. Basically, Stephanie's going to have to go brainstorm with this given television network of how to boost ratings because they're scared because they're paying them millions of dollars for this television show, and this television show's performing very, very poorly. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the next rumor is about You Can't See Me. I've not done that since I was 12 years old, and I just felt like doing it. But it's about none other than Mr. John Cena. So John Cena is a movie star. He is not a wrestler. Wait, what? Cena's a movie star? What planet, what alternate reality am I in right now? John Cena is a movie star, not a wrestler. Yeah, okay, so maybe he'll be a wrestler again one day. He's been teasing at a WWE return, and there's been a giant rumor going around for like literally months that he's actually going to be having a match for the Universal Championship at SummerSlam for some reason, even though he's not a wrestler. He's just going to come in and take that spot. Whatever, I don't want to complain. Cena's paid his dues or whatever. He's accomplished a lot of things, so I guess he deserves to be main event of SummerSlam if he just comes back randomly. But basically, the rumor here is saying that maybe those plans of Roman Reigns versus John Cena for SummerSlam are now up in the air. It's off the table. It's not going to happen. Or it could happen. It's just really iffy right now. Apparently, okay, so the reason Cena hasn't been wrestling is because he's a movie star. It's not so much about the schedule, which that is like part of it. It's more to do with the insurance of the movies, so they don't want their movie star doing dangerous things. And, you know, having a wrestling match is considered a dangerous thing to them, even though, you know, he's a trained professional and he's probably not going to get injured. But just to be sure, they're not going to let him, or they're going to not allow the insurance and he won't be able to be in the movie or whatever. So basically, that's why Cena hasn't been wrestling. But there is a but. There was supposed to be like a little break in his schedule where he wasn't filming a movie and he didn't have to worry about the stupid insurance or whatever, and he could do basically anything he wanted to do, including returning to the WWE. But maybe that's not going to happen now, because apparently that open break he was supposed to have is now being filled because he just signed on to film a brand new movie. And yeah, so it's kind of up in the air now if Cena's going to be able to even return because of the insurance policy. So we'll just have to wait and see. It's just a big mess right now. I was very, very excited to, you know, go to SummerSlam live, do my King of Rock style action, and enjoy, you know, John Cena versus the Universal Champion, Mr. Roman Reigns. But that's up in the air, and it may or may not happen. And this is a total just horrible situation, and we'll just have to wait and see what Cena's able to pull off here. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, go get your tissues out, get your tissues ready, because this is the saddest part of the video. This is the final news story, this is the final rumor, this is the final thing I'll be talking about inside of this episode of WWE News and Rumors. So it is about none other than another person that, you know, a lot of people want to return or missing, or some are not missing, but anyway, someone we always talk about returning. And I am talking about none other than the Beast incarnate, Mr. Brock Lesnar. So what is the deal with Brock Lesnar? So returning for SummerSlam. SummerSlam's approaching. We haven't heard anything. SummerSlam's very iffy, but there is some good news. Apparently WWE haven't planned for a return at some point. They do have plans for Lesnar. They do have talked to Lesnar. They have worked out some type of deal or whatever, and Lesnar will 100% return to the WWE in the future. We just don't know how far in the future. It may not be until, who knows, WrestleMania next year, or it could be at SummerSlam, or it could be at Money in the Bank. We don't know when the guy's going to return, but apparently it is set that Lesnar will be returning. Apparently the feeling backstage in the writing team is that Lesnar's not really needed for Money in the Bank, and they don't need him for SummerSlam, so they're just going to kind of save it off for a future event. So maybe it'll be like Crown Jewel in November when they go back to Saudi Arabia. Maybe that's when they're going to have Lesnar return. I don't know. All we know right now is that it was a little iffy in the past if Lesnar was going to return or if he's retiring from wrestling. It's like when Vince McMahon, you know, this a billionaire guy just starts throwing millions of dollars at you. It's kind of hard to say no just to, like, you know, 20 minutes of your time to have a match. Or I guess Brock's matches aren't even that long. But anyway, yeah, Brock Lesnar will be returning to the WWE sometime in the future, and that's 100% guaranteed. So there you guys have it. That's actually going to do it for this episode of WWE News and Rumors. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Remember, if you guys are looking for tickets for any event, use SeatGeek, use code HODGE, save yourselves 20 freaking bucks. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching this video. Right now on screen, I'm going to leave a link to 2 previous videos for you guys to check out, as well as a button to subscribe to this channel if you're brand new here. But I am Brandon Hodge, and I will see you guys in the next video.